Welcome to FilmIn5D, the show about everything film and the 5D Mark II. And of course this month with the iPhone 4S. I'm your host, Aaron Hammock. And this week, I'll show you my 3 favorite apps to help you during production.
Yo, is this the last episode about the iPhone?
No, we have one more.
Really?
Luckily. Yes.
Luckily.
Yes, one more. Last skit though, last skit. Okay, so thus far we showed you some of the must-have apps for your iPhone if you're using it for video production. But maybe you already have a DSLR or video camera as your main camera, therefore this episode we'll be showing you some of the apps that can turn your iPhone or iPad into a filmmaker's best friend. In no way am I suggesting that these apps will make your phone or tablet the end-all be-all solution, but when you can fit some great tools in a small package, it's definitely worth noting. In fact, the main reason we're doing episodes on the iPhone is that they're becoming a must-have for independent filmmakers, and at the end of the day, they'll save you loads of cash. The first app that I'd recommend is DSLR Slate. Using your phone or tablet as a film slate can be very helpful and cost-effective, and this particular app has all the information a DSLR shooter needs. From aperture to shutter speed, this app has it all. And like many similar apps, this one provides timecode information for even better organization. I actually use this as my main slate now, since I've always wanted a slate with a timecode, and real ones can cost thousands of dollars, which is completely ridiculous. But it really helps and flashes all the information you need in a matter of seconds, so that in post, you can go in and note any settings that you were using. Sadly, the one thing this app doesn't have is logging, so that you can take notes for each of the takes, like what you liked about a particular take, or something technical like what type of shot it was, dolly shot, or whatever else. If logging is a necessity for you, then you'll have to go with an app like Movie Slate, but it is 5 times more expensive. DSLR Slate is one of those things that I wish I had on a previous project. For instance, when we were shooting our short film, there was one shot where we had to have a match-on action between Grimm in the desert and Grimm in the cemetery, and so things like focal length and aperture had to be exactly the same. Well, obviously, these were 2 very different locations on different days of the week, and at the time I had nothing to take note of settings, so that's one of the main reasons I'd recommend this app. Next I'll show you my other 2 favorite filmmaking apps, but first, a new sketch. Hello, I'm a Mac?
And I'm a PC.
What's wrong there, PC? You sound kinda sad.
Windows phones have been having some minor issues lately.
Minor issues? What's wrong with them?
I don't know exactly, but I haven't gotten a good night's sleep in a few days, and my phone keeps ringing off the hook with angry customers.
Yeah, I get all that, but what's wrong with the phones?
Just forget it, you wouldn't understand.
Whoa, simmer down, man. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. Understand
where I'm coming from? I'm sure you understand the fact that customers tend to overreact to little issues like this.
Actually, I don't really get that a lot. I mean, Apple has a really good track record with its consumer base.
Are you serious? iPhone 4's battery issues? Ringing any bells?
I mean, we had a few small complaints, but nothing too bad.
Like how the battery didn't even last for a full day?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, there's an app in the App Store that extends battery life.
The App Store? So you get your customers to pay extra to unlock the full potential of the hardware that they've already paid for.
That's just good business. You gotta admit.
Don't you think your customers will eventually catch on?
Have you seen my consumer base? I mean, their capacity for understanding doesn't really extend much further than a one-button mouse.
So, you cater to your consumers' lack of technological know-how so much that you get them to pay extra for your products.
Spoken like a true genius. Good job.
Now that I think about it, those issues I was talking about before, not really a big deal.
Good for you, PC, good for you.
But you, my friend, you have some serious issues.
Okay, so the second app on my list is the Hitchcock app. While this app is rather pricey, it is probably my favorite one to fool around with, since it really has a lot of tools. It also is, in my opinion, the best storyboarding app out there, especially for those who don't like to draw like myself.
Don't like to or can't?
I can draw, I just don't like to. It's like stick figures, Even that, it's like, Then you gotta draw out the boxes. That's like the most ridiculous part when you're storyboarding, is like actually drawing the boxes or folding the paper or whatever way you do it. It's just like, you can even reorganize your clips, add notes, and you get the ability to include shot types such as zoom, pan, and even dolly movements, which are all great features. But to me, the one thing that is most rewarding is the ability to pace out your shots before you even shoot the real thing. I mean, to me, pacing is the most important thing when it comes to the quality of a final edit, and the Hitchcock app really helps you out with that. My third and final recommended app is DV Prompter. Now I was going to choose a screenwriting app here, but in my research I couldn't seem to find any with Dropbox support, which to me really renders them useless. I mean, unless you have one of those Apple printers or whatever else you need to have to be able to actually print your script, you know, what's the point of having that app on your phone or tablet? While a teleprompter app is much more useful with an iPad, it can definitely help you if you're doing a video blog or an interview using your phone. And the thing I love about DV Prompter is it's easy to read and has all the basic features you need, and best of all, it's free. However, the one thing it doesn't have that some of the more expensive apps do is the ability to import text or script documents, so you have to type your text within the app itself or copy and paste, which can get annoying. Using this app along with the CD case can turn your iPhone into a nice little teleprompter. Let's go try it out.
Alright, so I made a teleprompter with a CD case and an iPhone. I wrote something for Colton to say, and he has to say it, so let's take a look.
Hello, my name is Colton. I'm the co-host of FilmIn5D, and I make all of the sketch music. Despite what you may have heard, I absolutely love Apple products, and no, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm a total Mac fanboy, and I just love how Apple products limit the user experience because I totally suck with electronics.
That was awesome.
And that's it for this week. Send any questions to me via @mentions on twitter.com/SharonHammock. Follow the show's Twitter @FilmIn5D, which now has over 1,000 followers, which is totally awesome. Thanks for the support. Or you can like our Facebook page, which finally has a real link. Awesome again. We'll be back next week to wrap up our series on the iPhone with some general tips and accessory ideas.
Have you been feeling okay?
Yeah.
Really, you sound kind of sick or something.
Yeah, I've been sick for the last like 4 days. I didn't even want to do this right now, but got through it, so it's all good.
Maybe you should have some soup.
Yeah, chicken noodle soup. I'll have that right now. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. See you next week.
No, that one was bad.
What?
Holding a piece of dookie, dude.
What?
That thing in your hand.
That doesn't make sense.
The thing in your hand.
I know, but what you said doesn't make sense. You ruined the take.